Konnichiwa, minasan. It's Morgan Strong Comic here. I just got back like an hour ago from my final con of the year, which is Anime Senpai in Collinsville, Illinois. It's in the St. Louis area, about 10 minutes north of actual St. Louis, where the Arch and Busch Stadium are. And yeah, this is my 4th year going with it under the title of Anime Senpai. It's my 7th year going with the same organization. They used to do Anime Getaway, which were one-day conventions, which were huge. They would get big voice actors, and you'd wait in line for 2.5, 3 hours and get autographs, and it was crazy, but it was really fun. But now they do 3-day events, and this is their 4th year doing that. So Anime Senpai always has a theme, which is really fun. And what they do is it's following someone going through high school. Senpai, if you don't know, is a term for an upperclassman. And there's kind of this indication that you want senpai to notice you. It could mean good things, could mean not so good things. But it's kind of just a normal joke or phrase in the anime world. So this is obviously a good one. So the freshman year, so first year was freshman year. This is our senior year, and the badges represent that. And I found out one of my favorite vendors and artists of all time, I've been seeing her for 10 years, starting at Cosplay Con. She actually does the badges here every year, and I saw her, and she was great. So beautiful job. I love it. It's fantastic. My QR code doesn't do anything, by the way. But see, they're graduated. I'm VIP, baby. Been VIP all 4 years, which is great. Do pay extra for that, but it's worth it. So that was the theme, was senior year. And we even had graduation music for the cosplay winners of the Cosplay Contest, which is great. I do know the theme for next year because I kept wondering what we're going to do. Like the college years, we're going to do like office romance because some people don't go to college after high school. My friend overheard the theme when one of the con people was talking to the lovely girl who does the badges, but I won't reveal that just in case it's a secret. So I'm looking forward for next year's Anime Senpai. I'm glad they're continuing it because this con is always amazing. It has wonderful energy. Some of the best cosplays ever, every time I go. Everybody's so lovable, so supportive, and it's just a blast. It's an absolute blast. So I absolutely love this con. I love what they're doing. So props to you guys, and their guests are always phenomenal. So also with VIP. So regular ticket is like, for 3-day pass, only like $25, $30, which isn't bad. VIP is like $65 to maybe $70 with tax, or if you pre-order, what you want to do. You want to definitely order VIP pre-order. But you get extra stuff and perks. They used to, and it was a little bit more than that. We used to get like an exclusive after party on Saturday with the voice actors, but after COVID, that didn't happen. I do miss that. Even if we didn't get food, it would be great just to have a one-on-one conversation with the VIP people like they used to. I'd still pay an extra $15, $20 for that, but I understand. It's what it is. But you do get a shirt every year. I think their shirt design last year was my favorite because it was very detailed, beautiful blue, and it had the school emblem that they've designed for their cons. So this year we randomly got a panda, which I'm not against the panda, and I'm wondering if he's going to be part of the theme or something. I remember the panda kind of being in some of their older things when it was Anime Getaway. But here's the panda with a graduation hat, and it says Anime Senpai. There's always a rose in the middle. Senior year. I love it. 2022. Now, I did miss, though, on my other shirts, it all has little things about Senpai. Like, will Senpai notice me? Senpai noticed me. Little things. I thought the senior year would be like, Senpai finally noticed me, or Senpai and I are together, or just something fun like that. So there's nothing on the back, which kind of makes me wonder if maybe it was a cost thing, or it was forgotten about, or maybe Senpai didn't notice us. Maybe he brushed us off, or he or she brushed us off. What happened to me, my senpai? I want to know. It's a big deal. So I am curious about that. But in the VIP, you get a shirt. You also get a patch. So I have all 4 patches. Let's collect. And this is the school seal they made for their school for Anime Senpai, which I absolutely love. And it's a senior year. And then you get a matching enamel pen. It's got glitter in the red part in the background. Of course, you get the VIP badge, which is the same as the other badge. It just says VIP. And then you also get line cutting access, which we didn't really get to use this year. hear me out though. Like, I'm not complaining. One, there wasn't anyone stationed by the autographs that were checking the lines. So I didn't know if they just didn't have a volunteer for that, or maybe they were anticipating that it wasn't going to be as busy as previous years, because unfortunately, this was the smallest I've ever seen it, which kind of surprised me. But I mean, that's fine. So I didn't really need to use this at the autograph line. I did wait like 15 minutes and it would have been nice, but I also was like, well, there's only like 6 people in front of me and I don't want to be that person. You know, I wish they would have had a volunteer by the autograph people in case the assistants, because each of the free guests had an assistant and or the voice actors needed something or had a question too. That would have been great to have a volunteer close to them, because they were in the back corner of the vendor room on the left. They were all together at least, and they had a little private section, but still. But again, maybe they didn't have enough volunteers or a staff member or something. Like, they always had someone checking on them during panels and stuff, which was wonderful. They're always super nice, the staff. But so I didn't really have a good opportunity nor a person to show this to in the autograph line where it usually comes in handy. Luckily, the lines weren't as crazy long as they normally are. Usually the lines can be up to 2.5 hours easy. But also, we only went to a couple panels, and some of them there was one giant panel room this year, and then there was like a workshop area close to the game room, which is behind the concession. But we didn't go in there this year. Normally has panel room B, but panel room A is huge. There's plenty of room to do stuff in there. So there, again, no need for this because there was enough room. And then main events, the only one I was concerned with was the cosplay contest. That's the one where it gets full. And it started at 6:30. Alicia and I left and got there at 6:20. We thought we'd be safe. They had a VIP section, but it was already slammed packed. I guess they let people in really early, which is unusual for a cosplay contest. So we had to squeeze in there. But luckily there was a very nice guy we ended up being really good friends with by the end of that hour. We all bonded, and now we're following each other on Instagram and talking to each other. It's fantastic. But yeah, it was very tight space though and uncomfortable. So again, another time where I could have, if we went lined up at 6 or something, I probably would have that, because I did have someone stationed at the door there, obviously. This would have been a prime time to use it. So the line cutting is worth it. This is the first year I really didn't have to use it or get a chance to use it. So not that that's a bad thing. It was situational this year, which is odd, and the situation did not arise. But I do recommend it for the perk, especially with autographs and the cosplay contest. Line, I hate the word cutting. Line stardom. I guess you get to be a star of the line, like the line leader in kindergarten. But also the patch and the enamel pen. I usually get a poster too, but I didn't get a poster this year, which I just realized that. But it's okay. It usually has the guest on it. Yeah, so I know when we were signing in, some of our friends had VIP, and my girl, I went right up and I'm like, VIP, baby, and I showed her my QR code. So she got my shirt, but some of my friends go back and get their shirts because the badges look the same this year. There's just one difference. So yeah, but I'm glad we got badges because a lot of cons are switching to the wristbands, and I'm really tired of that because I know badges cost money to make, okay? But we save these. These are memories, all right? So I'd rather spend an extra $3 to help you with cost to get a badge for my memory, for my wall. Okay. Just as a suggestion. So Anime Senpai, good job. I appreciate that immensely. They did have wristbands for 18 plus. You had to get one each day. They're like red ones that you clip on, which are hard to get off. But I'm glad of that because you can just cut them off. Because I hate wearing just the green paper ones they give you like at bowling alleys, because they say, oh, you can wash over those. You really can't, or it feels disgusting, and it's not worth it. Plus, it's for an 18 plus panel, so you had to show your ID, and then they give you one. That makes sense to me. That totally makes sense to me. Just flash the red band, and you're good, because we don't want anything inappropriate or anybody to be offended. I understand people doing that. That totally makes sense. Instead of having, like, some people have like special badges for the 18 plus. I know Anime St. Louis does that, which is really cool, and I appreciate that. But again, if you don't have the manpower or the money for that, then I understand the wristbands for 18 plus. So, yay! But everybody, again, the staff is phenomenal. They're full of energy. I love them. I always do. So the special guest for me this year, there was 3. But the special guest I wanted to see, I'll reveal last. So first we had Landa, who was fantastic. I met her in Denver back in 2017. And she was awesome. She's the new Sailor Neptune in the Viz redub of the original 90s / the Crystal dub with the companion films for Sailor Moon. And she talks about how she grew up in the panel we went to on Saturday, the Q&A. How she grew up with Sailor Moon as her favorite anime, and Neptune was one of her 3 favorite scouts. And then she got to play her, and she got to meet the original Neptune. So like passing the torch. But I remember in Denver, I was in line to meet her, and Jeremy Lee, who does Venus, my girl Venus, was next to her. And I asked her to sign my Artemis, and she went right up his butt crack and just signed Artemis's butt crack. And Jeremy's like, because Artemis, the white cat, is Sailor Venus's partner, and she's like, oh, "What are you doing, Artemis?" She upset in his butt. So Jeremy Lee signed the back of or the side of him and told me how he's so mean to her and stuff. So they were both adorable, and it was fantastic to see her again. I didn't need her autograph again because I have a butt crack Artemis. What's better than that for an autograph? I have a Monica Royale signature on my Usa-chan right here. Although the assistant said I should have signed she should have signed his butt too back 10 years ago, which was great. She goes, "No, she's a young girl. Don't be inappropriate." And I was like 23 back then, so maybe I was young. I don't feel like I was. But, oh, memories. But Laura Landa was there, and her panel Saturday was great. Her Q&A was wonderful. She's a nerd gamer. She does like Twitch streaming. She grew up with anime. She loves acting. She loves video games. She doesn't do cosplay, but she will dress up for like subscribing things as characters she's done or originals on her streams, which was cool. And she had a rule in the Q&A. She was very efficient. She's like, if you don't have questions, I'm gonna start calling on you. And that made everybody like ask questions. Like I asked at least 6. And she was great. She even had a voice for me because I found out last minute she played Nara in Noragami. And she's like, "That's right, I do play Nara. And I will do anything for Mayato." I was like, because I didn't know that. I didn't know she was Neptune. So it was cool. And she's like, "Do you like Noragami?" I said, "Yeah." And we talked about that a little bit. And she was great. She was really fun. A little intimidating by the having to ask questions part, but it didn't make people like lit a fire under them, as they say. And I think that was her intent because she just didn't want to stand there and be bored. And I totally respect that. The few times I've had to do panels, I'm like begging people to ask questions. Obviously, you have material, but you just don't want to start rambling. Like you don't know what you're doing or feel conceited. So props to her. She definitely knew how to charm and run a room. So she was great. And then there was Chris George, who I'm not overly familiar with personally. He's been around for a while, and he's been in some shows I watched, but no characters I personally really know. But I did get a autograph and picture of him for my friend Sarah because she could only come Friday because she had her best friend's wedding was Saturday. And his flight got delayed, unfortunately, so she didn't get to meet him in person. But he was really chill, really cool. And I got the print she wanted. And he said, "How's that picture?" I said, "Oh, looking sexy." And his face got red. And I was like, maybe I shouldn't have said that. But I was in a good mood. I'm just like, sometimes I get real nervous around celebrities. Sometimes I'm real charming. Sometimes I'm a mixture. I don't know. So it kind of depends. But the one I was dying to see was Mr. Kent Williams. Okay, so Kent Williams, guys. He's an original veteran from the original Funimation days of Dragon Ball Z. In fact, he still plays the character in Dragon Ball Z. Oh, it's the doctor. I don't know his name. I'm sorry. Gomendosai. But I knew him as Hattori in the original Fruits Basket back in 2001, 2002. Hattori is my favorite character still. He's just the very cool, suave, doesn't take any crap doctor of the Soma family. And he's also the dragon, which is my symbol. So I always was in love with Hattori. I'm still in love with Hattori as a character. And Kit Williams has this just silky, deep voice that is perfect for these very masculine characters. And he was phenomenal. So Friday, his panel was at 3:00, and there was only like 10 of us. And we weren't, like all of us were VIPs except Drew, because she got a one-day pass. There were 6 of us at the beginning. So we were in the second row. The VIP row was the first row. We were so close. And he's like, no, you all come up here. So he made us all come up there. And he sat at the edge of the stage because he hated being behind the table restrained. And he was just charming and hilarious and so full of wisdom. And I asked him a couple questions, and he was fascinated that Drew and I were teachers because Drew wasn't afraid to talk to him. Drew usually does subtitled animes. He's one of the few dubbed people that she knew and wanted to meet. So that was a big deal. And this was her first convention. That was her first celebrity autograph picture. We always, actually we made an inappropriate joke that Kate Williams actually kind of blushed at. So I won't say that, but it was pretty amusing. And he was just so sweet and personable. He didn't know what a concrete was, which is great because you're talking about food places, and he was laughing because the Mexican restaurant that's right next to the convention center, the Gateway Convention Center, is a Mexican restaurant. Zapdos. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. And he's like, I went there and it was good. I think it was the same waitress I had like 12 years ago. We started laughing. And he's like, but I'm not sure why it's called The Shoes. Like, why you'd name a restaurant The Shoes. And I was like, I always thought that too, because I knew that was Spanish for shoes. So that was pretty fun. But anyway, we were trying to give recommendations for food, and Drew suggested like this one place is famous for concretes. And he's like, what is a concrete? Like a brick? And we're like, no, it's a type of ice cream. And he's like, well, how's it different than ice cream? So you're trying to explain it to him because he's heard of gelato, he's heard of yogurt, he's heard of ice cream, of course, but he's never heard of a concrete. And by then he's like, so it's like buttery or sugary ice cream? And we're like, oh, kind of. It was so cute. He was just so baffled, and he had the funnest laugh when he would laugh and everything. Apparently he teaches or taught stage combat and kabuki theater and marionette puppetry. How cool is this guy? He's taught, or at least in summer camp classes, with a lot of these voice actors that he works with now. And he says sometimes they're his boss. And I think that's great. I absolutely adore that. And he was name dropping, and we're just like, oh my God, you taught her, you taught him. Like Travis William. He goes, I remember Travis William as a kid. He goes, you don't remember me. So it was phenomenal. He was so personable. And then right after his panel, we went to his table, and he was so reasonably priced. Actually, they all were. So it was only, for him, it was $40 to get a combo and an autograph. Normally, when I meet voice actors, it's like at least 30 for each, or 40, or if you get the combo, it becomes 60. So I was just blown away by that. And my print, I wasn't going to get a print because I brought something signed to get my free autograph. I ended up using my free autograph for something else. I'm glad I brought it. But he had two. Now I have to say Hattori instead of Hattori, because I grew up with Hattori. Okay, the original Fruits Basket. They butchered things, he said, because they didn't care. But now they have to do the dialect for Crunchyroll. So it's Hattori. So there he is in his beautiful glory. All the faces. Looks like an old, like early 2000s homemade desktop computer screen. And he had a quote book. So you could, for free, pick a quote for that character if you wanted to. And I put, I love the one, what becomes of the snow, it melts into spring. That episode, his relationship with Kana, every single time gets me. And he even talks about in the panel, like he was so glad Hattori finally had a love in this new rendition. His heart could open up. And he said this is the character he had the most fun playing his whole career and related to the most. And I was like, his son, his 12-year-old son, also played young Kyo in it. They threw him in the booth. So every time he thinks of Fruits Basket, the original, he thinks his special time with his little boy. And I'm like, he's so cute. But yes, this print is beautiful. And I had my Fruits Basket, oh, actually, I can show you guys. Hold on. It's right behind me. Let me show you guys real quick. So it's, my dress up is Toru, and I didn't do Toru, but me, Sam, and Drew all did closet versions of Studio Ghibli or Ghibli characters. So I did Totoro because I have a Totoro dress that the top looks like his fur and then the gray skirt. I did ears, and then I had Soot Sprite leggings because of the Soot Sprites. And then I had Soot Sprites and a baby Totoro on my bracelet, and I had a Totoro with cherry blossoms on my necklace. So I was Toru because I'm told I look like Toru Honda a lot. especially in the original early 2000s version, because they made her eyes blue for some reason instead of brown. But when I cosplays her, I have a literal basket full of the Zodiac. So first basket is a children's game, and it's significant to the series. But I have all 13, because there's 13, including the cat, Zodiac animals represented here. I mean, some of them are the licensed ones from Funimation, like original Momiji rabbit. I bought the Kyo, the giant Kyo back here that people love, and the Yuki, big eye Yuki, and Shigure. They're licensed from either Crunchyroll, Funimation, or from Japan, of those characters. The others I had to, they're just ones I've had growing up my whole life. I think the only ones I had to buy special was the lamb and the rooster. Yeah, the others I've owned. And of course the original. But this one was made on Etsy, and it looks like what Hattori is. I know he's the dragon, but the curse is kind of watered down a little bit. So now he's a seahorse when he gets hugged or sick. And he has like the little Xy eyes when Toru first accidentally transforms him. And he saw this and he goes, "It's me." And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "All my friends." And I said, "Yeah." And he's like, "I have that same one." And so I got it from Etsy, so you might have it. So everybody loved my Zodiac basket, by the way. Usually I have to explain why I have a basket of animals, but I don't know if it was because Kate Williams was there, or these people at Fruits Basket because of the 2019 series. We can't say revamp, a reboot, but everybody loved it and they knew what it was and they were saying hi and being so sweet. So it was fun being Toru cosplaying, and it was a simple company cosplay that I wear that outfit just for funsies at school sometimes. So that's just how it is. I'm like, Toru cosplaying is Totoro because she would love Totoro. But in our picture, he got to hold himself, so that was fun. While he put his arm around me, and we also held the print together in front of his sign. So like his head was coming out of his head, which was adorable. And he gave me a big hug. He gave all of us a big hug, and it was the warmest hug ever. Oh my gosh, I'm in love. I'm in love. But he didn't want to give Hattori back, so I made him see her kiss his cheek, and he was all excited. And I put him back, and now I'm like, I have Kit Williams' kiss on my seahorse. I know, I'm crazy. No, I'm really not. But yeah, Kit Williams, he is such Kit Williams' cheek, so he is going to forever be special and protected, which is fun. He was just a doll. And we told him about our fan club, our girl fan club, and he loved that anime is that popular enough now and how we support each other. And he just like, "I love you girls. You guys are so much fun." So Saturday came around. I checked on him because he was by himself after I got Mr. George's autograph for Sarah. And he talked about how he wanted to go to City Museum. And I'm like, "You should totally do that." And he goes, "I don't have time." He goes, "But I wanted to go. I want to go down the 10-foot slide again." But he's just so easy to talk to. Like, you can tell he's listening to you and he cares about your opinion, but he's not afraid to challenge you and ask questions as well. And I really respect people like that. I try to be that person, and I think sometimes I succeed, sometimes I don't, but I think I'm going to get there. So I want to be able to be caring and compassionate, but also ask those hard life questions and help you out along the way without being nosy. And he was just brilliant. You could tell he was a teacher. And he was interested in how I work with foster kids. He's like, "Oh my gosh, bless you." And I'm like, "Well, I don't do it for that." He goes, "I know, it's what makes it better." So then Saturday, since I had I already had Laura's autograph, and then I got Chris's for Sarah. So I had my free one, and my friend Julie was going to come visit Saturday. I talk about her a lot. She's a big fan of my books. She does a lot of fan art for me. She's done my shirts for Hunter and Bringer. She's a dear, dear, dear friend, like my sister from another mister. She's going to come up because she wanted to meet Kent Williams as well. Because of course we all love Fruits Basket in our group. And she got sick. So I was like, I can use my free one because I did get the exclusive Blu-ray postcard from the special edition that Funimation made. So Julie's going to get that. And he's never seen this, so it shocked me. And he's like, "Oh, look at me. This is a beautiful print." And I was like, "Yeah, you are beautiful." And I said, "This came with the Funimation volume free set." And he's like, "Oh, I didn't know." So he signed up for Julie, and we picked Don't Lose the Will to Smile, which I thought was really sweet. And he signed Kent Williams / Hattori, or just Kent W. Sorry, not Kent Williams. He said Williams was too pretentious. But then I wrote him a poem that morning because I usually do that for my voice actors. I haven't done it the past. I don't think I've done it this year. Like all the Ruby cast, I thought about buying them something, but I got busy and my money was tight. And the same thing with Miss Nakia. Not that I don't love them, I do immensely. And obviously, if I got to be their assistant, I'd find something personal to give them. I would have made time. Not that I'm bitter about that. I'm not. That's another thing about Cape Con when I do their review, which I will soon. I know I haven't yet, but I'm just waiting to get my swag from Lonnie and Jessica that I left at their house. I just left a few things, but I'd rather do it all at once. So you guys will get that soon. But I just want to give him something, and he inspired me. And we did make something for Caitlin Glass as a group last year. So I wrote a poem. I usually incorporate what they like, their interest, how they are perceived in my eyes, and of course, lots of anime references that they're in. So I went for all his resume, all of anime, all 22 plus years of it. And I was surprised how much he was in, more than I knew. So I wrote it within 45 minutes, and that's not me bragging. That's just me being honest. That could be terrible in writing. I don't even know if that's good or bad. And I called it the Edge of Sound because Kit means edge in Gaelic, I believe. It does mean edge, though. I looked it up several times. And I was like, oh, Edge of Sound. That sounds really cool for him. I talked about his fatherhood. I talked about his warmth. I talked about how he's been a teacher. And of course, I made lots and lots and lots of anime references. And I gave it to him. I said, I wrote you a poem. And he's like, oh my gosh. He started mumbling. And I was like, are you reading it? He goes, yeah. Like, are you reading it right now? He's like, yes. And I was like, do you have to? He goes, yes. It's a present. So he read it out loud, like quietly, but my face, I felt it getting hot, and I had to do this. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting so nervous, sir. And he's just reading it. And then he went back in the middle. He stopped. He goes, wait, these are all anime I've been in. I said, yeah. And he goes, oh, I got to go find the references. So he found all the references. He said, oh my gosh, School Rumble and Shuffle. I don't hear those often. He goes, oh, Death Parade. I love Death Parade. I said, me too. He liked this Oran High School reference with the pink skull. He thought that was funny. He loved the end, how he had a guild, which is a fairy tale reference, but also him training other actors, like a guild. And then I talked about how he's so warm and kind, and I signed my name, and he's like, would you mind if I gave you a hug? Do you like hugs? And I'm like, yeah, I do. And he gave me like the warmest hug ever again. And he was so awesome. He thanked me, and he patted his present and smiled. And I was turning away to leave, and I thanked him again properly. And he's like, Crunchyroll's looking for writers. And I kind of looked at him funny. And I said, I do write. And he's like, I can tell from the poem and the business card you put on the back. And he kind of laughed at me. But I did also mention my panel. I asked if he ever did an audiobook. Not that he thought I was hiring, probably, the way he looked at me funny. Because he said that takes a longevity that he just doesn't have for a project. He doesn't really do them. And I said, no, I was just curious if he'd ever done one. I want to know his experience, because now that I'm working with my narrators, I'm kind of listening to them, just learning the process, and it's really fascinating. And I'm curious about what kind of equipment he's done, or like the titles. I'd love to hear him. Like, I'd be serenaded by Kent Williams' voice in a story, definitely. But I'm glad he got my business card, just because I do that. He doesn't have to follow me. Like, I'm not expecting that. But I said, is there a reason you're asking me if I write, or telling me that Crunchyroll needs writers? He goes, I normally don't do that. He goes, but there is a reason. And he just kind of grinned at me and let me go. And I'm like, okay. So I don't know if he has authority over that, obviously. And I'm sure it was just a nice compliment. I'm not making anything out of it. But I told my friend Alicia, and she's like, oh my God, Crunchyroll calls you to work on anime scripts. And I'm like, oh my God. I said, that would be crazy. And she goes, you better move to Texas if that happens, because I'd have to move to Texas. And I'm just like, oh my, whoa, slow your bedroll. But it was a very nice compliment. I'm glad he liked my present. And he was so sweet. I told him I'm going to make a fan club after him, because we made one for David Wall, the Missouri chapter. And he goes, I don't have a Missouri chapter. So I guess there's a Kit Williams fan club. Because he was talking about how Todd Habercorn's always like, oh yeah, the Haber. Yeah, because he's having a studio called the Haber something where he records. I was like, oh, that's dedication. But yeah, so we have a David Wall fan club. I think we need a Kent Williams fan club, because we all fell in love with him. Yes. like 7 crazy 30, 30-year-old girls from Missouri that are in love with him. But he's great. He was so great. So Friday, what we did, kind of backtracking, I was the guest. So Friday, we started in town and we went to Starbucks, met up. Our friend Lacey got to join us on her lunch break. That was really nice. Got cute pictures. Drew was doing Kiki, and Sam did a really good Sophie from House Moving Castle. Then we went up to the con, and everybody was super sweet, taking pictures. We got free. Everybody's passing out free stickers this year. Like, I just love this area. Everybody in Collinsville is so nice, especially the nerd community. Like, it was fantastic. So there's that. And then we waited in line not too long. We got our stuff. We went to the vendor room, and it was spaced out very well. But not nearly as many vendors as I was anticipating, but they were all good. I've seen most of them before, but it's always great to see them. The people who have my card captor stuff that I go for every year were there, and I was like, I'm going to spend all my money here, and I almost did. Because I found out today when we were talking to them, they were so sweet. They've been to Japan a couple times ago, try to go once a year, but they haven't been since COVID. And some of us are thinking maybe in 2 years we can try to go to Japan for a while. They're trying to save up, and they're giving us like information on like cheap flights, ways to save space and money and time. And when you get there, and they gave us their accounts, like information, they go, yeah, Instagram us. We'd be happy to give you tips to go to Japan. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so sweet. If I find their card, I don't have their card. I have the picture of it though on my phone. I remember that because I have it from the last year. I will share it with you guys. But they were so sweet. And so they get unique stuff from the store directly to Japan. They have a buyer, and every month the buyer ships them stuff, and they can resell it here. So there's some stuff I've never seen anywhere else. And I'm glad Card Captors is still very relevant over there, because there's just not much stuff here. But they always have Sailor Moon because that's their favorite. And I'm so glad about that. They had Animal Crossing. They have Hello Kitty. I think they had a Fate Zero figure that was really cool. A whole bunch of really fun cutesy stuff. So, and they're all from Nashville, and they are wonderful. Every year they're always in the corner, and I adore them. Again, everybody was super nice. It was great to see them. My friend Chris Pins, who runs SimoCon and is a cosplay photographer, he actually was doing photography, and I gave him a big hug, and we talked a little bit today, and trying to plan a She-Ra and Pink Power Ranger photo shoot soon, maybe on location, because he lives in Poplar Bluff, and I live only like an hour and a half away from him, so we'll figure something out. But that'd be really fun. It was great to see him. Saw my friend Robert. Haven't seen him in a while. And we had the longest, best hug. And he's like, I love you so much. You're so great. I love you too. And we were taking pictures, and I helped him put his cosplay wig on. And Alicia helped too. And he gave Alicia a hug. And he bought my Sailor Venus plushie from me and a little keychain. And it was so sweet. Oh, hi, Jolene. Yeah, socks photo bombing. Thanks for listening. Hope I'm not boring you. I keep getting sidetracked. But Friday, so we went up there, went to the Kent Williams panel after the vendor room, met him. Did we do anything after that? I don't think we did. I think we checked into the hotel. Yeah, we were going to do Chris George's panel, but he wasn't there because his flight got delayed. So we got our autographs, which took a little bit. We fanned out with Kent Williams, each getting our beautiful pictures. He's a prince. I'm in love with him. We did. Thank you, Jolene. It doesn't say you're on, so I didn't know you were on, but yes, we did. Yeah, I'm in love with Kent Williams, but that's okay. That's okay. All of us are in love with Kent Williams. And then I think after the vendor room, we went to the hotel, and then we went out to eat for Sam's birthday at Peking Garden, which is a local Chinese restaurant. They only had one girl serving, bless her heart. And we gave Sam her presents, and she seemed to really like them. I made all my friends manga roses this year. I took pages from manga, some of their favorites, printed manga roses. I would never, ever, 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 ever put up a book, period. And shaped them into roses. Hers is 7 Deadly Sins, and her boyfriend is on one of the leaves, right, staring at her. And then a good a picture of Meliodas is in the center, so she can see it really well. She liked it. And then I got her 2 Labyrinth prints. One of the artists is a good friend of mine on Etsy, and I buy stuff from her constantly. Chinchilla, I talk about her a lot. And then the other one I don't remember where I got, but it was really pretty and shimmery. And then I got her Labyrinth tarot cards because she likes tarot cards and she's getting into that, because I was told that you don't buy tarot cards for yourself. The power comes from someone giving them to you as a gift, or part of the power. So that's what I did, and I passed it on to her. I personally would not do tarot cards just because I feel like that's a lot of pressure, but I do think they're interesting, and I'm definitely up for people wanting to do readings and stuff. Do I want a pair? Personally, no. Again, I'd be too nervous. I'd mess up. I do have a pair, but it's just because they're House at Night themed, and I think they're cool. I didn't get them for to practice, but I'm happy for her, and I'm glad she liked them. And then they went home, and then Alicia, Amber, and I just kind of chilled. We stayed in the hotel. We stayed all 3 days. Yesterday we did the Pokemon quiz show. We did a Kahoot quiz. I was the highest I was 8 out of 52 people, which is awesome. And then I think at the end I ended up being 12th place, which is still pretty good. I didn't get top 3 for con books, which I could use at the vendor room, but that's okay. So we did that, and then we did Laura Landa's panel, which I talked about. Then we rested for a couple hours. It's kind of nice just having an easy pace. I felt bad for the convention wise. I didn't have a whole bunch of people because obviously more people usually means more money. But everybody that was there was fantastic and friendly. And then we did a panel called Lolita for the Ages, which was an informational panel. Lolita is a beautiful style of clothing I would love to get into, but it's super expensive. One day I'd like to own an official Lolita dress. Apparently there's 2 Lolita stores in St. Charles, like custom made dresses. And one of them does size 0 to size 7 XL, which is amazing. That they believe in body equality, which is rare, unfortunately, kind of in the Eastern Coast. So yeah, that's something to maybe strive for one day. Find a cute Lolita dress, find what style would work best for me. And then we did the cosplay contest. Alicia and I did. We were packed in pretty tight. She did the filming and I did the cheering. And we met a really awesome cosplayer. Sonic the Hannon, I believe is his name. Sonic the Hammonds. Okay. And he was awesome. Like, he had such good energy. Like, we were both cheering and thinking the same and laughing. He was dressed up as Sans from the Undertale games. And at the end, we took selfies together because we made a new friend. We exchanged business cards. He's a streamer, and we had such a good time. I love meeting new people. I've met one of my good friends, Megan, because we were both sat by each other at a Jennifer Cheehee Sailor Moon nostalgia concert, and we were both just at the same energy vibe and screaming, had the same knowledge, and now we're really, really good friends. So I love that. I kept telling everybody, I'm like, I'm among my people and I'm happy. So this is what happiness is. Like, people knowing your references, and like my costumes being tame compared to other people, and giving compliments and getting compliments, and just, it's beautiful. And I said, you just need some of that all the time. And I'm glad that I can get them with this con, even if it is financially kind of tiring and mentally tiring. Because fun is tiring too in its own way. And this is my 3rd con in 4 weeks. So part of me is going to miss con season. But part of me is like, I'm definitely financially, I'm good. But I can start saving for next time. Maybe still doing some book signings and other fun things. Cosplay contest was killer. Everyone was amazing. I've never seen cosplayers get so into their characters. And posing and just having a ball. Usually there's always people that are just stiff, or the past few cons, they haven't like practiced well and told the people what to do. But these people had practice in the morning. They had real judging. The judges are great. And they loved so many people. They had a whole bunch of like ribbons. They would make up awards just because like, we love this costume, even though they didn't place. So we want to give them a ribbon. And everybody would like chant them like Smash Brothers video game chanting in the background. Poor Kirby, speaking of Smash Brothers. Someone cosplayed as Kirby and she couldn't see and she fell off the stage. Luckily, she laid on her feet and she was fine. She got up, but we were like, oh my God. So then we go, Kirby, like Smash Brothers. So Again, my people. It's either my people. But I've never seen people just be so passionate and talented and get into their characters in cosplay. Not even some of the bigger conventions. This con always has some of the top-notch cosplays, cosplayers, judges, energy, setup, chef's kiss. I love the cosplay contest every year. This is always one I never miss. So kudos to you guys. Just keep it up. Share your love. Maybe show these other cons like how they can be just as epic as you are, unless you want to keep it for yourselves. We were thinking about going to the dance, but we were just tired. Both nights we all went in bed by 9. And then they all slept in a little bit. I got up Friday at 7:30, took a shower, kind of relaxed. We had breakfast at 8. There was a business meeting at the other side of the convention. It was blocked off, and they were staying at La Quinta where we were at, and we call them the suits. And then we were trying to be mean, but it was kind of overwhelming when we came in our PJs, and I felt kind of awkward because normally there's a lot of con people out there, but I didn't really see any. And then they weren't rude by any means, but it was very intimidating. And then last night, one of them at like midnight kept knocking on the door, and I didn't know who was knocking at the door. And they were trying to turn the knob, and I locked it back, and then I heard him yell something, and they wouldn't go away. And I woke up Alicia, and I felt bad, but I didn't want to. That's a dangerous situation. I don't know what this person has. So Alicia, obviously not being happy, she woke up. Amber also woke up and was not happy, which I don't blame them because I'm like, I'm not going by myself. They opened the door, and Alicia just like, you're in the wrong room. Go over there, because they're in the wrong room. They're a couple rooms down, and I'm like, can you not read a sign? But they were loud for a little while after that. We think they might have been partying a little bit. Yeah, they think us con people, like our anime people, are bad, which I'm not saying we are. I'm not saying they are, but I'm like, everybody has someone that parties too much. So it's not a demographic thing. It's just a probability. It's going to happen. I'm glad everything was okay. And I'm glad I wasn't by myself, obviously. So I'm glad we made smart choices. The Quinta's great. Everybody's nice there. It's, small, simple. Breakfast is simple. Everything's good. And it's literally across the street from the convention center. So it takes us 2 minutes to walk there. So, and for the price, it's very reasonable. So thank you, La Quinta, for letting us stay. Thank you, Anime Senpai. Anime Senpai was great this year too, because somebody had the brilliant idea to bring just massive totes of chalk, because they have these beautiful sidewalks outside the center, and they already chalked up. I don't know how we missed it. I think because we kept turning left to go to the hotel. If you turn right, that's where they had all the chalk drawings, and Alicia took a whole bunch of pictures. I can't wait to see them. Some of them were so detailed. Like, these people must be art majors or inspiring manga artists or something. And some were just super cute. Somebody named that section, they wrote ChalkCon 2022, and the girls started on the other side when we came in at 10 when it opened. They go, "Hi, we're the ones that brought the chalk. If you want to join us, please join." I think people had a lot of fun. And one of the staff came and thanked them while we were there, saying, "You brought a lot of joy to people yesterday," because it was a beautiful day. Beautiful day today too. And if we had time, I would have, but I have no talent either for artistry. I would have done something, but I hope they do that now as like a panel or like just a fun convention thing now for Senpai. So love you people who did that, and all the drawings are beautiful. I hope the convention center doesn't get mad, but I think it's phenomenal. So keep it up. I thought it was grand, absolutely grand. And other than meeting my friend Robert and Chris real quick to say hi, we did one last loop and talked to some vendors that were awesome. We didn't really stay for Sunday. Then we went to the mall and had a good time. Amber and Alicia really made out like bandits. I didn't have hardly any money. I need to save money for gas, of course. But I had enough like box lunch money and hot cash saved. Not cash, but like rewards, I guess. Say that I didn't have to spend a cent other than on my food, which was awesome. And I had Aunt Anne's pretzels and some pot stickers. The boba place was closed, unfortunately. I did get a coffee as well. And we had a Waffle House. I just had some biscuits and gravy on Saturday night because I wasn't hungry. Ate some snacks. I did have some Japanese snacks, which I will show you. So yeah, it was an amazing time. Senpai is definitely 10 out of 10. One of the best cons I've been to. And I'm glad it was relaxed. Again, I wish it was bigger. Attendee size just for you guys and your vendors and benefit and everything. But as long as you guys had fun, keep it up. You always pick the best guest. You have so much fun. I wish the layout doesn't change every year, but I know you're accommodating to the number, so I respect that. It's just every year I'm like, oh my God. Like I know the building super well. That's not the problem. But my brain's like, it was over there last year. Oh, no, that was over 2 years ago. And some people get really confused. My only thing is maybe have a volunteer buy the autograph people for VIP just in case things get a little crazy or someone needs help. And then maybe make sure the shirts have something fun on the back. If you're going to continue that theme, that would be awesome. And of course, just a suggestion, I would love to have with COVID kind of getting the guidelines situated. If the voice actor is cool with it, of course, bringing back the VIP exclusive, like Saturday, private meet and greet or snack dinner or whatever. I don't even need snacks. I don't even need food. Just having a private meet and greet. I pay an extra $15, $20 for that because you can really sit and talk with them, and the voice actors are always so great when we did that before. If they feel comfortable with that. But that would be really cool. I understand if you don't. I totally do. But you are still 10 out of 10, almost breaking the meter. So, especially in the cosplay contest, you guys dominate that. So, and your MC also is phenomenal. Music was top notch. Me and my new friend Sonic were rocking, like in our seats. And oh my gosh, it was, I made a new friend because of you guys. So, that's going to tell you something right there. Okay, so let's real quick show off my swag. And I think we're good to go. Okay. All right, so the first person, this was a late purchase. He only came on Saturday. His name was Beihei Productions. So he makes really cute books and stickers, things like that. Amber bought 2 of his books. They're like real short little books, but he does the drawings in them. And he had stickers of characters I don't see very often. So we had wonderful discussions. He was super, super duper nice. So we have School Rumble characters. And he was really excited when I told him I met the main cast. I met Lucy Kirsch. Actually, I met everybody but Brandon, who does Harima. So we've got Tenma, who I've cosplayed before, actually at that building. We have Ari here, Leah Clark. I've met her. I've met Lucy Christian, who does Tenma. This is Brandon's character, Harima. I love Harima. And this is Caitlin Glass's character, who's there last year, Yamato, with her kitty cat. So super, super cute. And then I got Chi and Samomo from Chobits. I absolutely love Chobits. Again, do I need stickers? No. But also a lot of people are just handing out free stickers. So those weren't my fault. You can't say no to a gift. And then I have 3 of the main cast from Food Wars, which I love Food Wars. Love's a strong word. I'd say really, really like Food Wars. But I can't show it because of one component of the show. I think it was only $12 for all of them. He did like buy 3, get 1 for free, and he gave me a bonus one, which was really nice. So yeah, that is Beihei Productions. So thank you. He was really sweet. We had so much fun talking. Oh, boo. And then at one stand that had a figure, they had figures. They also had plushies. This is Momiji from Fruits Basket. I don't have this one. It's from the new Funimation Crunchyroll one. He's adorable. Got his little shorts on and his earrings right here. I love Momiji. He's super soft. His hair is super soft. I have Toru, Yuki, Kyo, Shigure, Iyami, Haru, and then the plushies I showed you. I don't have Momiji. They don't have the Toru plushies. They have the other 2 of the Three Musketeers. Kent Williams needs to start rebelling. Like, he loved when I had my Toru bracelet, I showed him Toru and Kyo. He's like, where's mine? I'm like, they don't have one for you. And he's just like, boo. I'm like, I know. I know. I'm so upset. Another super awesome girl. She was super sweet. So I got this real cute little plushie kitty. It reminds me of socks. Got a nice big head. Super soft. I'm going to maybe draw her bullseyes over here. Nice soft. Little red collar. Socks would never wear a collar. She'd be like, what are you doing? Oh, looks like Socks knocked over my... Yep, she knocked over my snack bag. Come flab it. Okay, so I got several snacks. I stocked up because usually I stock up at a couple cons and I'm good. And so that lasts me for like a couple months. But he was the only one I've seen this year that really has snacks. So I was like, I'm stocking up with you. And he even gave me something for free, which was really sweet. So I got a maple wheat baked cake, which is good. It's bread, but they love their bread over there. Milk flavored. Cheese, like a cheesecake flavored. These are good. I've had these before. A couple of those. I got melon bread, which I like, but it's really chewy. They love melon over in Japan. They absolutely love melon. Actual cheesecake. Light, fluffy, delicious. It is indeed. And I got the chocolate cake version. More chocolate cake. Those are yours. I'll leave those right now. And then from another guy, I got these pizza potato chips. Julie and I got these at SemoCon, and we were in love with them, but he sold out of them real quick. So he also sold out pretty quick. So I got mine on Friday before I left. I ended up getting 2 bags. I'm glad I did because he was gone. They were gone by Saturday when I went to go check. And the snack guy was nice since I bought so much. He gave me free Cocoa Banana Kit Kats. I don't like Kit Kats personally, but I'll try them. Japan loves their Kit Kats. They're obsessed with Kit Kat flavors. So I will try them. If not, Julie loves bananas. So I can do that. And then I got 2 of my strawberry milk drinks that I really enjoy. 2 of those in there. Okay. And then I got from the game room, which was in the corner. They always have tons of game stuff and tons of demos. They have like a giant 4-size checkers you can play. And you can borrow demo games. You can have Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Dungeons and Dragons, have like post-game events, which is really cool. So I got a Routes and Garnivore. Reverse foils I don't have. And then 2 of the new sets, the Sword and Shield Lost Origin. I bought both Garnivore. I'm going to give one to Derek. No, Malik will probably get something better than me. See, I'm a good wife. And then from the guy I bought the potato chips from, he also had bentos and chopsticks, which were pretty, but I don't really get into that. But he also had buttons. So I got Kuru Sensei from Assassination Classroom, which is one of my anime obsessions. I started watching this year. Black Butler, classic, CL and Sebastian. And the Kermit the Frog drinking tea meme, which Alicia had never seen before. It's been around for a long time. But that's there. These are only $2 a piece. He had some really good ones, too. Amber got a couple, too. Oh, there's another bread. Another cheesecake. They're just falling in here. Okay. And then I got... I don't know where my free stickers went. I must have put them somewhere. I checked my wallet earlier to make sure I didn't miss anything. So this person, I like the Halloween bag they gave. It's called Little Miss Luna. She's got all kinds of stuff. Etsy, Instagram, Big Cradle, Patreon, Facebook, Twitter. She's really shy, but real sweet. I got a Haru and Momiji charm, which I love. They're so cute friends from Fruits Basket. I have Zakro from Tokyo Mew Mew. I still need to watch the new one. And then I love this. It says, "Meet me in the Chow Garden," which is a Sonic 2 reference from my favorite Sonic game ever, which introduces Shadow. So I got some little goodies there. I may have dropped it in here. Yeah, here they are. Okay, and then the girl who does the badges, I always buy stuff from her. Like I said, I've been buying stuff from her since my first con 10 years ago. She has really good deals. She's so sweet. So I got these cute little enamel pins. I got the kitty cat. The spots reminds me of Kyo from Fruits Basket. And I got a giraffe that has sparkly spots. And I got some little ones. I got a bunny on a pink book. There's a deal on these. You discounted for about $3. She had these new little duckies that were so cute. I got the one that looked like Duck from Princess Tutu. And then jellyfish, because I love jellyfish. She's so sweet. I think that's it, except for my big stuff. Okay, now my big stuff. From the people who go to Japan to get these. So I got a card captor, Sakura's original winter uniform from her elementary school. Keychain. It's even Japanese on the box. I got some official stickers. I got shower on in the cafe. Green, of course, the green macarons with him, or macaroons, whatever you want to call it. Sanrio, who does Hello Kitty, has been teaming up with anime for years. I talked about that in another video. Card Captors was one, and here's one. And I love this outfit from season 3. And there's the little bat devil one. I don't remember his name. Sorry. But they're both cosplaying. It's the same outfit. This is the outfit where Lee gets controlled by the threads. I love that outfit. And I love Sanrio. So, Japanese Artemis little figure. It was pretty plain, but I've never seen one. So I was like, come here. Kitty. Come here. I know. You want to help. Thank you. I appreciate it. I needed help in my life. And then I got the new trio of mascots. I got Spinny, Kiro, and Momo. And a teacup. Hey, get out of there. I'm trying to grab my stuff. And I didn't realize Sanrio also did Yuri on Ice. So this is a super little kawaii Yuri, or not Yuri, Victor from Yuri on Ice. Dressed up as the dog character. I don't remember his name. Oh, and they're on the tag. Of course, Yuri has the dog. That makes sense. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, you playing with them? And this is the main reason I got this. I like the Chibiusa too, but I had to get this one. It's my boy, Helio. It's my favorite side character in Sailor Moon. He's so well made. A UFO character, so detailed. The stars are so kawaii. Oh my god. Love him. Little bean. He's got his little unicorn heart. They were 40, so I couldn't afford both of them. But I love him. His Japanese tag. And then the girl who's cosplaying Sailor Moon, she got the only other one too. And I said, you got Helios. She goes, I couldn't decide between my son-in-law and my daughter, but deep down, he's my boy. I'm like, he's my boy too. So we bonded over that. And there's a beautiful Anastasia there too. Like, she was phenomenal. There's a Fruits Basket couple that met Kent Williams. Oh, cosplays are just top notch. Even the people who didn't compete. So, yeah, that's my goodies from the con itself. Trying to kind of keep the personal stuff together. And then I can put the snackies in a different place because they will go in a different place. That's Derek's. Oh, and then I got a few things from Hot Topic and Box Lunch. So I'll show those real quick. Nothing crazy. Some of them I can't really show, but so I got for my anime kids, like there's some cat ears if one of them wants that. I got some ramen socks. Happy enamel pin, so those will be for them. I got some blind bags for me. I got 2 buttons. I got a Black Butler one from the famous corset episode. And then a new Hikaru one, to be mischievous, from Oron High School. I haven't seen that one before. So, and then I got one Sailor Moon blind clip, and then 2 of the Fruits Basket ones, which were sold out online with the Sanrio characters. Again, I was talking about how they were everywhere. And I was debating what I wanted. So when I saw them there, that was kind of like, oh. And then I just got 1 button and treats from Box Lunch. They were all complimenting my Oron backpack. And then we told them we cosplayed as Oron. And they said, show me, show me, show me. So we had to dig up our pictures. And we were gushing with the people at Box Lunch for 10 minutes about Oron High School Host Club and anime. Because they said, oh, you went to Senpai. We forgot about that. People at Spencer's were awesome. They're asking us about stuff, and so were Hot. Actually, everybody was awesome at them all. We went to all the nerdy places. Basically, we're animes at least at 5 of the shops, at least 5, which is incredible. They didn't have any strawberry mochi or any mochi I really eat there at the convention, which shocked me. So I did get a milk at the box lunch chocolate, and then my favorite almond crunch Pocky, which I sometimes can get at my local Walmart, but I haven't seen it in a while. So it was anything under $10. It was buy two, get one free. So these were obviously under 10 a piece. They were only like 4 or 5. So I got the mochi, the 2 mochi, and so I got the Pocky for free. So I think my whole order, including this button, was over just barely $12 with tax, which is awesome. And then I had to, it literally says, we don't talk about Bruno, because I had to. I don't know if I want to put it in my classroom. I think I might put that one in my classroom somewhere on my board. I have a little board at a cork board that has like cards the kids made me over the years for my birthdays and stuff. And there's just enough room I can slide little pins in where the kids can't reach them. Okay, so unboxing. So here's the Sailor Moon set I've been currently working on. Alicia and Amber got some amazing stuff at the mall. If I had more money, I probably would have gotten some stuff too. But also, there wasn't anything that I was like, I had to have. So a lot of the manga, it's B stock I can get online. Nice! Awesome! Another sister. I think I have this one, though. I don't remember. I'll have to check. But it's one of the sisters. All right, and now the Sanrio and Fruit Basket. I might save one of the boxes. Squish it. Oh, not this one. I ripped this one. And there's 6 because there's a middle one. I got my girl Toru. Yay, I got Toru and Hello Kitty. I do Toru. Do we look alike? And Hello Kitty and I share a birthday. So I look like Toru and I have the same birthday as Hello Kitty. Sucks. When I say Hello Kitty, it's not you, silly. I ripped this one too. Popsicles. Oh, another one. Cute. But maybe one of my girls on our anime group will want it. So awesome. Well, I'm okay with Toru. At least I am Toru. But it wouldn't be neat to get all of them, but I'm not going to freak out if I don't. Okay, guys, that is it. Thank you. Sorry it's kind of a long video, but it's Anime Senpai 2022. You are incredible. All the hearts like we gave Kent Williams, especially all the hearts for Kent Williams. Zuri loves you. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you for a wonderful last final con. I'll have more videos for my Patreon and sponsoring my new books because my book signing is the 22nd. And it'll be the first time I have in person all the physical copies of the first editions for before and after, which is my 10th book in 10 years. And Spirit Vision's 10th birthday is coming up, a publication on December 17th, which is also my mom's birthday. So I'm sure I'll be planning lots of Spirit Vision stuff in December. So yay. I also did get to listen to this week in the first 5 chapters. I got to listen to 1 already, but the first 5 chapters of Hunter and Bringer. Now they're not the official ones. I can't listen to those. They're more like not rough cuts, but what they're going to sound like. But then they go through them and do polishing and make sure there's like no inconsistencies, skip lines, mistakes, weird intonation problems, things like that. I trust them. I was crying, guys, like from happiness of how fantastic Logan and Lexi are doing. Like I'm not surprised with their repertoire, but oh my gosh, the fact that these are my words and my characters, including Socks, who is in that series, just blew me away. And I don't know if I deserve all that greatness, but I'm so glad that I told this story because I love these characters and I love this world. And I absolutely love what Lexi and Logan are doing. They're breathing so much new life into it, just like Abby did with Spirit Vision. And I can't wait for Spirit Vision 2 to come out too. And I get to hear the samples for that soon. Hopefully. I know she's done, but she's doing like edits and she's in a play right now and in school, but everything will be out by the Christmas season. So you guys could have 2 audiobooks to listen to in the season. Yay. All right, friends, I'll see you next time. Thank you, Senpai. Thank you for noticing me and doing so much for us. I hope you notice me. I don't know, but we'll definitely see you next time. All right. Lots of love and happy Sunday. Ja.